Players practice decision-making while dribbling in this game we call construction site. Use a half-court size space and place cones to define the playing area. Then scatter cones throughout, some knocked over, some right side up. Here's how it looks. Divide players into two teams, bulldozers and builders. Everyone gets a ball.
Ready, set, go!
On your call, the builders try to place all the cones right side up as the bulldozers try to knock them down, all while dribbling. Play short rounds, about a minute long. When time is up, tally how many cones are right side up and how many are on their sides.
Stop!
Whichever side has more wins the round.
I think my builders won this game. Good job, you guys.
Here, players have to keep their heads up and their eyes open to see where cones are scattered and avoid bumping into other players. Guarding cones may be a clever strategy, but it's not allowed in this game. So remind players to stay in constant motion.
Good job, good hustle.
Practice dribbling in this game that helps introduce players to their teammates. We call it Gimme Five. Use a half court. The space inside the three-point line is the playing area. Here's how it looks. On your call,
go!
Everyone starts dribbling around the space, high-fiving as many of their teammates as possible with their non-dribbling hand. Play short 30-second rounds and ask players to keep track of how many high fives they make.
Who was the best teammate? How much you get? You got how many?
18.
18.
Then,
19.
see if they can beat their high score in the next round.
Ready, set, go!
Beginners may double dribble or travel. Remind them to follow the bouncing ball and dribble it wherever they go. It's also important for players to keep their heads up and their eyes open. This will help them avoid collisions and get them used to multitasking while dribbling.
MOJO!
Players practice navigating the court in this game we call pattern dribbling. Use a half court. Here's how it looks. Players start standing on the half court line, each holding a ball. Here, players learn the most important lines on the court: the baseline, sidelines, free throw line, lane lines, and the three-point line. When you call out one of the lines on the court,
Baseline!
players dribble there as fast as possible and return to half court. Start off simple, then mix it up by calling out sequences with multiple areas.
Right, we got sideline to sideline.
You can get creative and name the lines after your players' favorite animals or characters.
Who's your favorite Avenger character?
Hulk.
Hulk. Okay, beautiful. When I say Hulk, okay, the sidelines are now Hulk. Ready, Hulk!
Beginners may dribble too high and balls can start flying. Encourage them to keep the ball below their hips, taking small controlled dribbles to keep the ball close and under control. Players practice agility and coordination in this fun dribbling game called red light, green light. Use a half-court size space and mark off two lines, using either the sidelines or four cones. Here's how it looks. Players begin at the starting line. Everyone gets a ball. When you call out green light, players speed dribble ahead.
Yellow light.
When you say yellow light, they slow down. On red light, they do a jump stop and bring the ball into triple threat position at their waist. Once they reach a sideline, they can turn around and keep playing.
Yellow light. Red light. Good. Yellow light.
After a minute or two, choose a new color and assign that light its own action.
If I say orange, you guys got to do 5 jumping jacks with the ball.
This game is great for releasing pent-up energy. Just call out lots of green lights. Encourage players to use proper dribbling, using their fingertips to keep the ball low and in control. Players practice changing up their dribbling speed in this game we call Sleeping Giant. Use a half-court size space. Then scatter cones, more than one per player near half court. Here's how it looks. Line players up along the baseline. Everyone gets a ball. The giant stands at half court. That's you, coach. No offense.
Me, I'm the sleeping giant. I'm the giant.
Your goal is to go and get my treasure. See all the cones? That's my treasure.
Stand behind the cones at half court and turn your back to the players. On your call, they start dribbling towards the treasure. When the giant wakes up and turns around, they do a jump stop and freeze in place. If you catch anyone moving, they must go back to the baseline.
Good jump stops. Ooh, I saw you. You gotta go back. Oh, he's going!
As soon as a player takes a piece of treasure, the giant wakes up and chases everyone, trying to tag them as they run back to the baseline. The first player to bring 3 pieces of treasure back to safety wins the round. Getting chased by a giant is exciting stuff. And some players may forget to dribble. Remind them that in an actual game, if they're not dribbling, a referee will call them for traveling, giant or no giant.
Oh, he's going! Oh no! Oh no! He got 3! Great job.
Players practice dribbling with a poker face in this game we call Detective Pikachu. Use a half court and give every player a ball. Here's how it looks. Circle up and choose one player to be Detective Pikachu. They stand off to the side and cover their eyes and ears. That's when you choose another player to be the leader. When the leader starts dribbling, everyone else copies whatever moves they're doing. Then it's up to Detective Pikachu to identify the leader. If they get it right in 3 guesses, Detective Pikachu wins.
Oh, so good. You're right.
If they're stumped, the leader wins. Then assign new roles and play again.
Okay, we need a new detective. Yep, you go be detective.
In the actual game, players should keep their eyes up to maintain court awareness at all times. Use this game to encourage players to execute moves without looking at the ball or each other. Before you know it, they'll be ready to make no-look passes.
Oh, I think we got her.
Make it across without losing possession in this basketball twist on a classic. This is Sharks and Minnows. Use a half-court size space. Then mark 2 goal lines using cones or use the sidelines. Here's how it looks. Line players up along the goal line. Everyone gets a ball. Tell players they are minnows swimming across the ocean. But beware, there's a shark out there. That's you, coach. On your call,
No!
players must dribble from one goal line to the other without the shark knocking their ball away. If they do, they become a shark and help you on the next turn.
All right, we got 2 sharks. Go! Let's go this way. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. Come here, Logan.
Play until there are no minnows left and everyone's a shark. Here, players practice navigating the court while dribbling and protecting the ball. To do so, they'll need to change up their speed and direction. It will keep the shark guessing and keep defenders on their toes in the actual game.
1, 2, 3, chop, chop!
Players practice dribbling and tactical decision-making. In this game we call Space Treasure. Use a half-court size space. Place cones for every 3 to 4 players on your team. Then use more cones to make a small circle in the center. Here's how it looks. Divide the group into teams of 3 to 4 players and send each one to a cone. This is their home planet. Then, place 1 ball per player in the center. This is our Space Treasure. On your call,
Go, Space Treasures!
1 player per team runs to the center, grabs a ball, and dribbles it back to their planet. Everyone on the team must toss the ball up, clap their hands, and catch it before the next player is up. Once a team collects all its treasure,
Now go steal. You can go steal. You can go steal. Go steal.
they're allowed to run to another team's planet and rob a ball to dribble back home. But if they're tagged, they must return the ball to the planet they robbed it from. Play short rounds, about a minute long. Whichever team has the most treasure on its planet when time is up, wins.
3, 2, 1, stop. 4, 4, 1.
Players may move too fast and occasionally run into each other. Gently remind them to cool their jets and slow down.
Bring it in, everybody, bring it in.
1, 2, 3.
Space Treasure! Good job, guys.
Players work on speed, coordination, and agility while dribbling in this classic game called freeze tag. Use a half court. The space inside the three-point line is the playing area. Here's how it looks. Choose 2 players to be it. Everyone else gets a ball.
Ready, go!
On your call, players start dribbling around the space as the 2 who are it try to tag them.
5 jumping jacks.
When a player gets tagged, they're frozen. To unfreeze, they must set their ball down and do 5 jumping jacks.
Trying to stay in bounds. These taggers are quick.
Play short rounds, about a minute long, then choose 2 new players to be it. Players should switch up their dribbling style when they're near a tagger. Taking smaller, lower dribbles will give them more control and allow them to explode in a new direction.
You want to stay low because if they come try to tag you, you're nice and low and you can change directions quickly to get away from them. All right, does everybody understand? Let's work on our ball handling. Stay inside the three-point line. Ready, go. Nice and quick, nice and quick. Oh, what a move, what a move. That was a great move, you just ran out of space.
Players work together to get across the finish line in this game we call Hungry, Hungry Caterpillar. Use a half court and divide players into teams of 3 to 5 each. For each team, line up 3 cones spaced 5 yards apart and mark a finish line. Here's how it looks. Each team starts at the first cone, lined up facing forward. Players must balance basketballs on the back of the teammate in front of them using only their chests. On your call,
Ready, go!
each caterpillar, or team, starts inching forward towards the next cone, or checkpoint. If anyone uses their hands or a ball hits the ground, they must return to the last checkpoint they reached. If they haven't reached one yet, they go back to the first cone. The first team to cross the finish line wins.
Hey! We got a winner!
Keeping the balls balanced and off the ground isn't easy, and it may take teams a few tries to get the hang of it. To be successful, every player forming a caterpillar must move as one, which takes lots of communication and coordination. All it takes is one player speeding up or slowing down ever so slightly for the chain to break.
All the way through, last person. Yay!